Rushing from school to practice is a part of life for most young athletes. And this is true for Cleveland County 4-H'er Elisa Boozer. Though her practices are a little different from the ones you'll find on a soccer pitch or a softball diamond.
I have to be as still as possible and focused, and everything has to be perfect. Every little tiny detail has to be the same as before.
For the past 3 years, Elisa has immersed herself in the sport of precision shooting. And she's good. Really good. She's qualified for the Junior Olympics, and today she and her coach, Charles, are fine-tuning her skills and preparing for the upcoming trials.
I usually just start out with a warm-up, and then I get into shooting some drills.
Her shooting skill is coming along. I'm really pleased with the way she has advanced. She has a ways to go before she's at the Olympic level.
Now that I'm going to the Junior Olympics, I'm more going for the experience because I'm not at the level where I'm like, oh, I want to win this.
The goal is simple. Shoot at a target that has a point system of rings ranging from 1 to 10. But when you're standing 33 feet away and aiming at the 0.5 millimeter 10-point bullseye, achieving this goal is incredibly difficult.
To do it once, a lot of people can get there. To do it 60 times in a row, very few people can do it. She can fairly consistently shoot a 580 out of 600, but at the Olympic level, she's going to have to shoot 600 out of 600 consistently.
Elisa's love for the art of marksmanship began years ago when her grandfather would take her out shooting, but she never considered pursuing it as a sport because, well, she didn't know a sport like that existed.
I was just talking with my dad one time in the car because I didn't want to do softball anymore and I didn't want to go back to karate.
So I started rattling off a list of Olympic sports, and I got down about, 10 to 15 down the list, and I said, shooting and this and that. And she goes, wait, shooting is a sport? And I said, yes, it is. And she said, tell me more. And her personality is such that I think it bodes well for shooting because she's a perfectionist. A 9 is not an option. It has to be in the middle.
Early on, I begin to notice that she has what we kind of refer to as that Olympic spark. And I noticed that she had that if we could fan it carefully.
Something that also helped fan that spark was the Cleveland County 4-H Shooting Sports Program.
But 4-H really helps me with the basics because 4-H is sporter, and this is precision, and so everything to do with the basics is all sporter.
4-H is very critical to her as a shooter because it provides her not only the social ability to interact with other kids that shoot, but also competitive time. The ability to go and compete and be around others because outside of maybe one event a year, there's not a lot of events here in Oklahoma for shooters. We have to travel a lot now that she's at the national level.
She's been very involved in the shooting sports program. We are kind of trying to steer her into those other avenues outside of just shooting sports, but she has really taken a shine to shooting sports. That's really her passion.
While the Junior Olympic trials have her attention now, Elisa has her sights set on the future.
My main focus goal is being able to get good enough to be on a collegiate team when I get out of high school.
College is still a ways off, and for now, Elisa's just focusing on being a teenager and sharpening her shooting skills for the national championships in October. Oh, as for the Olympics, she did great, placing 5th in the 14 and under 10 millimeter air rifle category and 128 out of 166 overall. A good experience indeed. In Oklahoma County, I'm Curtis Hare.